Hi guys, thanks for joining my presentation at Blackhat. I will be efficient and won't take much of your time, so let's get started. I created a fork with the aim of creating a tool not only for ethical hackers but also for all interested parties. I mean, stakeholders of large or small companies, whatever, because they need to carry out security first, I think, not just functional testing. This Wicked 6 script can easily integrate into continuous integration or deployment pipelines that provide you with confidence and optimize for speed. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Kirill, my nickname is Torrens. I work as a lead quality assurance engineer. I live in Siberia. I recognize three separate testing worlds. It's a functional, performance, and security we're talking about. So, lazyrecon in this world of security is all about reconnaissance, but not only. This script will help you automate your endpoint collection routine. It's flexible, uses specially crafted dependencies and the original Chromium tuned for headless run. Why was it necessary to create version 2? It's a good and best practices I work with every day. I just needed to add some things that supercharge the script in order to fit these practices. My goal for the script to have error traps, some kind of tear down task, be able to execute commands of the same type asynchronously, respond to interrupt commands, have tests to check third-party dependencies and be compatible to Mac and Linux, especially from under the VPS. Of course, the script turned out to be a little more complicated than the given one-liner. Let's take a look at the script flow. As you can see, there is nothing special. You have seen similar scripts and scenarios many times, and I have not come up with anything new. However, there are several features and tricks for using well-known commands. Look, I run SubFinder twice and I get new results. This is the simplest hack used in my script. I saw a tweet that one guy did the same thing and it makes sense, it works. Somehow I noticed the correlation of IP addresses of subnets when I was working on Verizon Media and wrote a script to find the mathematical mode of a number of IP addresses into which many subdomains resolved. This is very similar to ASN, but the point is that they cannot be found for all companies in the public domain. Resolving of the PTR records are given here as an example of scope mapping, but you can always visually verify this stuff. All these steps are done by lazyrecon under the hood. What else to tell you of the interesting things? I talked a lot with the guys from Project Discovery. They validated my template for LFI. I really like using such a template, since the probe so the target list happens line by line and you don't need to worry about WAF blocking. Take a closer look to the non-typical base URL substitution. They called this stuff a hacky way using config. We are now done with the main tricks. Next, I will use an example to show the meaning of the implemented process management. Let's look at the simplest example so that you understand the point. We have main entry and invoked functions, in one of which there is a syntax error. What happens when this script is called? The child process remains. This is a problem for our recon since the calls depends on each other. What to say about background processes? So, in order to neutralize the negative impact of child processes and to be sure that you do not have background tasks left after an error, add error and exit handlers. Pay attention to setting the attributes. So, I control the processes and I am sure that say resources and memory will not be consumed on the VPS if errors occur. You can schedule a recon of a target set the Discord parameter when running the script and get progress or crash information so you can see at what stage your penetration testing is. As an example, I did not take any of the public targets, but I used the Metasploitable too. This is interesting because you can validate the vulnerabilities found by reading the guide. So I deployed it to a virtual machine and I have its IP address. Let's run lazyrecon. Without getting into the details of the run, let's take a look at the resulting report. We received a screenshot of the page, information about the technology used. But what is interesting is what is not here. There are no WAF filters found. For me, this is a signal to start brute force using different word lists. And of course, don't forget to check your open ports. We did not cover many interesting features, like related to callbacks, server-side request forgery, creating a custom word list based on fetched pages, DOM data, and Wayback Machine stuff. Also, I did not mention the multiple input notation support, but don't worry, you can find out more on the GitHub. Well, that's all. I will be waiting for you on my Discord channel. I am often stuck or get blocked doing various things like fuzzing, and it will be cool if we can use collective mind, you know, split the bounty or maybe create a startup, who knows. I respect to all the guys who anyway helped me. So stay in touch. See you around.